Israel Adesanya is getting knocked out or submitted. Find out why in this video. But first of all, I want to tell you, last week I went 10 wins and 3 losses. That brings me a total of 66 wins and 35 losses. 31 units up in this year. I'm proud of that. Now we're going to start with the first fight of the night. Alexia Thainara versus Bruna, Brazil. Alexia Thainara is a good prospect. She lost her first fight against Bruno, Brazil, and after that, she picked up momentum. She built her entire career around ground control, clean entries, strong positional awareness. Once the fight hits the ground, she's dangerous. She slows down everybody, and she can take over when she slows down her opponent. She don't rush. She just tries to dominate, and she got a clean jab. On the other side, Bruna, Brazil is more experienced. She actually has a win over Thainara. She has a better technical striker. She has the reach advantage. And if this fight stays on the feet, it will be really competitive. And she has the tools to make this a really good match. But she's coming in on a short notice, and on her, she's been inconsistent, and in long stretches she doesn't do that good. So this is going to be a classic rematch momentum shift. Brazil had success before, but the version of Thainara that she's meeting is really dangerous. And I think Thainara can outbody her, outwork her. And the my betting angles for this is Thainara by decision. But Thainara by submission is live. This could go over 2.5 rounds. And also, Brazil can get a knockout here. So that's a probability too. So now we got Ricky Simón versus Adrian Yanez. Now this fight is a perfect clash of style. Pressure versus pressure. Ricky Simón is all pressure. He's not the clearness striker in this one, but he throws volume, pushes forward constantly, mixes his takedown. His biggest weapon is his cardio. He doesn't slow down. On the other side, you got Adrian Yanez, one of the cleanest boxers in the division, with sharp jabs, clean combinations, and dangerous counter right hands. If you make a mistake, he makes you pay. This fight dynamic comes to one question: can Yanez handle the wrestling? Because Simon doesn't shoot once, he shoots over and over. Now, Yanez has a strong takedown defense. I think it's 100% or something, but this is going to be dangerous. My betting angle for this one is Simon by decision. Yanez could get a KO round 1 or 2. This could go over 2 rounds. Simon can get 3 takedowns, but I got to go with Simon by decision on this one. Now we got Navajo Stirling versus Bruno Lopes. This is a technical match versus power. Navajo Stirling is a technical striker, very patient, sometimes too patient. He's composed, and he's influenced by Israel Adesanya, so you know he comes from a good camp. He controls well the range and knows how to get some takedowns. Now, Bruno Lopes is the opposite. He has power, aggression, experience. He has struggled with disciplined strikers though. But in this match is who is the clean fighter, who's the more technical. If it gets wild, Lopes has a chance to get the knockout. But if this stays technical, which I think it will, Stirling has the advantage. My betting angles for this one: Stirling by knockout. Stirling could get the decision. Now Lopes can get a KO and change everything here. And this could go over 1.5 rounds. Now I think discipline makes the difference here. So Navajo Stirling by decision. Now we got another women's fight. Casey O'Neill versus Gabriella Fernandes. This is one of the most competitive fights on the prelims. This is a very close one. Casey O'Neill is relentless. She has pressure, volume, grappling. She wants to overwhelm you. She really wants to make this a standout fight. But Gabriella Fernandes comes on a 3-1 win streak. She got physical power. She has counter. She's durable. She's not that technical. She's not the cleanest fighter I seen, but she has a tempo in her and she has a certain style that can make fights sturdy, and this is who controls the pace. Now my betting angle for this one, since it's a woman fight, I gotta go over 1.5. Fernandes by decision, but I also see O'Neal getting a submission, so you gotta watch out for this. This is gonna be a very close fight, but I'm leaning towards strength and durability. Gabriella Fernandes by decision. Now we got the heavyweights. Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortune. This is going to be a really interesting fight. Tybura is the veteran heavyweight. He's durable, composed. He's good at dragging opponents into deep water. He mixes the takedowns. He got good control position. He doesn't rush in. He can grind rounds. But here's the concern. He has knockout losses. And as a heavyweight, when you get knocked out, you come in a little scared. He got knocked out against Anthony Delija, which I had Anthony Delija winning by a major upset on down, and he did. And now he has Tyrell Fortune making his UFC debut on a short notice. This man is explosive, athletic. He has a good wrestling base. In his early in the fight, he's dangerous and he has great power and great control. This fight is about timing. Fortune is Fortune is dangerous. Tybura is dangerous late. But this is the problem, that this is a short notice. So Fortune has to come in strong, piece up, and get the knockout early. If not, Tybura is going to take over and he can control the distance. But this could be a knockout by Fortune, a decision by Tybura, or Tybura can get a submission. I don't think this goes to three rounds, but in heavyweights, you never know. So I always have it by decision. But one of this man is getting KO'd, and I think I, I got to break my rule again here and go with the debut fighter and choose Tyrell Fortune by knockout, but I could be wrong. Now we got Ignacio Bahamondes versus Toufiq Musayev. This is a striking matchup, but not even a close one. Ignacio Bahamondes is a problem for the lightweight division. He's massive. He knows how to fight. He uses his reach extremely well. He mixes his dangerous kicks. He has body kicks, head kicks. He fights at range. On the other side, you have Toufiq Musayev has a real power. He has a solid striking, but there's concerns about this man. When he's under pressure, he looks like he can give up. In one of his fights, he got kicked in the body, a clear kick in the body, but that the knee, when the kick went down the groin and hit him in the cup area, and he gave up. He looked like he didn't want to be in there. They gave him multiple chances to recover, and he just gave up. So on this one, I gotta go with my betting angles. Bahamondes by knockout, Bahamondes by decision. This fight, I don't think it goes the distance, but Musayev could get a KO. But stylistically, I think Ignacio Bahamondes is the better fighter, and he can get a knockout here. Now we got Terrance McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. This is a fight of chaos. It comes down to one round, to the first, to see what happens in the first. Terrance McKinney is one of the most explosive fighters I've seen. Run one in the first 2 minutes, he's dangerous. He will knock you out, submit you. He will put pressure on you. After that, the cardio drops, the explosiveness drops. That's where Kyle Nelson is the opposite. He's durable, composed, sharp. Sometimes he's too composed. Sometimes he's too he gets outpointed in the question here is, can Nelson survive round one? If yes, the fight flips towards Nelson. Now, my betting angles are here. McKinney can get a finish in round one. Now, Nelson can get a KO in round 2 or 3. I see this fight going over 1.5 rounds if it's like a close fight, but I think Nelson can get the decision or the knockout here. But my final pick is Nelson by knockout. I think Terrance McKinney will get tired here, but he is against his home crowd, so this is going to be a dangerous fight. Now, next up, we got Abdul-Malik versus Yousri Belgorio. My bad about the pronunciation, guys. But this is a classic striker versus grappler matchup. Mansur Mansur Abdul-Malik is physical, aggressive, and dangerous on the ground. When he wants to take down, he wants to control and give you damage, he will. Now, Yusuf Belgori is a high-level striker with elite kickboxing. He trains with Alex Pereira, so his style is that kickboxing style that looks like Alex Pereira. He fights like Alex Pereira because he trains at that he comes from that division. He even fought Alex Pereira twice. His striking is legit, but he has questionable grappling. And in his last fight, he looked dominant. He looked rangy. He looked like he can outwork his opponent. Now, if Malik gets the takedown early, it's over for him. But if Bellagio keeps the distance, he wins on this one. My betting angles are Bellagio by decision. Malik round 1 finish. The fight goes to the distance. KO is live on this one. But my final prediction, I gotta trust with the striker and that he survives early, man. Y'all gonna be mad about this one. I'm picking Yousri Belgario by decision, man. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name. Julian Erosa versus Leron Douglas. This is a classic match, man. This is going to be a dangerous fight. A lot of people are, are saying Julian Erosas don't got it anymore and that he can be out pressured by this new prospect, Leron Douglas, but it's his debut against this massive fighter that can put the pressure on you, that can survive, and that can really piece you up. Man, I've been changing my mind all week on this one, but I gotta go with Leron Douglas by knockout on this one, man. This is gonna be a dangerous fight. But now we got Michael Chiesa versus Niko Price. We're getting into the main card here. One of the purest clashes of style. Michael Chiesa is one of the biggest, highest IQ fighter in the division. He uses his long jab to close the distance. He gets into the clinch. Once he fights on the ground, he can submit you and take control. He is not a knockout artist, but he can submit you. He's been there with the lead. On the other hand, we got Niko Price. He's chaos. He has wild striking, unorthodox angles, real power. He seems like he fights every other week, man. And Niko Price have made good money for me because every time I pick against him, I win. So this is control versus chaos. Chiesa is on his way out, and this is a retirement fight. I think he's gonna take the clinch, take the takedown, take control. Now, my betting angles for this one are Chiesa by submission. Chiesa money line overall. And I don't think this goes 3 rounds. Chiesa's going to give a spectacle here. He might get his first knockout in his career against Price. This is truly live. I got to go with Michael Chiesa by submission. Alexia Grasso versus Macy Barber. This was one of the most competitive fights on the entire card. Alexia Grasso is one of the cleanest boxers in MMA. She's a deadly striker. She has sharp combination, great composure, very high fight IQ. Her trilogy against Valentina Shevchenko proved that she's a high-level fighter, that she has everything in that arsenal. But those 3 fights took a toll on her. And against Silva, she showed her age and that her body just is not the same as before. But she's stronger and more physical here. Now, on the other side, Macy Barber is evolving. She no longer is just a brawler. She wants to control. She wants to ground and pound. She has improved a lot. And I think physically, both women are strong. But sometimes, Grasso looks smaller. And Grasso has the advantage in the striking if she remains striking, but Barber can take over at any time. My betting angles for this one is Barber by decision, Barber by a late KO. This goes over 2.5 rounds, but Grasso could get a submission, and that's live. Now I gotta go with Macy Barber by decision or a late TKO. Now the main event: Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. A former champion versus the most dangerous rising threat in the division. Israel Adesanya is one of the greatest counter striker we haven't seen in MMA. His movement, his distance, his pressure is elite. When he's in rhythm, he makes top fighters look like average. This man is the style bender for a reason. He's confident. He has battled with Alex Pereira and knocked him out. And he has been with this man over 5 times. Now he's facing Joe Pyfer, explosive, power, dangerous, American. He's in hometown soil. He has knockout power on the feet, submission. The fight dynamics is going to come to how Adesanya comes in. If Adesanya comes in his prime with the distance and looks for the jabs and looks to counter punch and avoid the takedowns and elbow him when he comes with the takedown, he cuts the cages, is going to be a real advantage for Adesanya. Now, but if Pyfer comes in strong, cuts angles, goes up to Adesanya, puts him against the cage, looks for the takedowns, makes this dirty, it can be a struggle. We already seen Adesanya struggle with pressure fighters like Dricus du Plessis. So Pyfer doesn't need to be perfect here. He just needs to make this fight ugly. Start punching, taking it to the ground. Now, my betting angles for this one are Pyfer by submission, Pyfer by knockout, Adesanya by knockout in the first round or third round. I don't think this one goes to the distance, so I'm going with the under here. Now, my final prediction is, at the end of the day, oh man, I gotta go with which version of Adesanya comes. But I haven't seen that Adesanya that I saw 5-6 years ago. So I gotta go with the grappling threat here. Joe Pyfer by submission. Now, you guys let me know who you got. Drop down your picks. Drop down recommendations. Now, I'm going to do a $25 challenge on my next video. I'm going to see if I can do it this week or next week, depending on how you guys react to this video. If I get more than 10 to 15 likes, I might do something, or I might not.